Hello and welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena Championships, Season 23, Week 3, Round 2. My name is Boma Fett. I'm 6-1 heading into this round. Let's see who my opponent is. Voices in Walls. Let's go to the hotbot for a quick comparison. Well, the hotbot shows a ton of green on my side, but we do have a couple of areas of red on Voices' side, so let's zoom in and take a closer look. Alright, looking at this top section, I am a little bit worried because look at the best score and lifetime banners. 26k and under 400k. This tells me that Voices is not a GAC player. I may be looking at an auto-set defense this round. In the roster summary is where we find most of the red on Voices' side. I have a slightly higher overall GP, but they have a higher top 80 and top 65. For the first time in a long time, I'm facing an opponent who has more Zetas than I do. However, I'm actually sitting on a bunch of Zetas, so our Zeta counts are actually much closer than this appears. I have a ton more speed on my roster, but Voices has 6 more Gear 13s and 16 more Gear 12s. I have almost 90 more 6-dot mods and a ton more mods with high-speed secondaries. Voices has 6 more Gear 13 characters than I do, but only has 8 more total relic levels. And this is really unusual. Look at this. Tier 1 to 3, we have 38 characters. That's double my 19. 19 is a lot. So it looks like Voices is either taking them all the way up to Tier 7 or leaving them Tier 1 to 3. Now in the meta characters, we see my opponent's big advantage, and that is Sith Eternal Emperor. I have Jedi Master Luke. The one Galactic Legend that I can't beat with my Galactic Legend is Sith Eternal Emperor. So this could definitely be a problem for me if it shows up on defense, and if Voices turns out to be an auto-deployer, I'm going to see this on defense. You can also see that I have Commander Ahsoka while my opponent doesn't, and my opponent doesn't even have General Skywalker. That is really strange. In the key characters and important ships, the one thing that really jumps out at me here is a 5-star Malevolence. So it looks like Voices has made some very unusual choices with their roster. So let's go back to the game and take a closer look. Of course, Voices is running Sith Eternal in the arena and the Negotiator in the Fleet arena. In the Relic characters, of course, we're going to see a lot of Empire because of Sith Eternal, but we also have some Separatists, we've got some Rebels, we've got some Bounty Hunters, we've got some Sith, including Sith that aren't required for Sith Eternal. We've got a Jedi squad, we've got a Padme squad, we've got almost a complete Relic Bounty Hunter squad. We've got some First Order, we've got Old Daka and Talzin, we've got some Resistance. So Voices has a lot of Relic characters, but some of the relics are a little bit unusual, like Resistance Trooper and Rey. If you don't have Galactic Legend Rey, normally you don't see those characters relicked. So that means there are some really good characters at Gear 12 and below that I normally would see relicked, such as 501st Clones. But remember, there's no gas on this squad. So if you don't have gas, maybe you don't relic your 501st Clones. We've got B2 here, Bastila Shan, General Grievous, Hermit Yoda, Nuke Gunray. At Gear 11, we've got Emphas Nest. At Gear 9, we have Resistance Hero Poe. At Gear 8, we have Droideka, IG-11, 3PO and Chewie. Gear 7, we have the B1 and the Dark Trooper, General Hux. So lest you think they've got those Relic Resistance characters because they're getting ready to go for Rey, well, here's Resistance Hero Finn at 3 stars and Gear 1. We also have Bad Batch and Mon Mothma. Now, because there are so many characters here, it's easy to overlook what's missing. We already know that there's no General Skywalker, but here in the Jedi, you'll see there's no Jedi Knight Luke. Here in the Sith, you'll notice there's no Darth Malak. So no Gas, no JKL, no Darth Malak, no Beskar Mando. There are a lot of missing characters here. Alright, so I checked the GAC history, and I was really pleasantly surprised to see that Voices in Walls is actually setting a real defense. They're not auto-deploying. And in fact, lately they've also been attacking and doing quite well on offense. They're winning more than they're losing. So those GAC statistics were definitely misleading, and if I had just gone by that, I might have been in trouble. So let's take a look at the defense that I set. Now, according to GAC history, Voices in Walls saves Sith Eternal for offense. But I'm always worried that what if it's that one time that they decide to do something different? So what if he puts Sith Eternal on defense here? I would not be able to clear that even if I kept my Jedi Master Luke for offense. So that means, why keep Jedi Master Luke for offense? So I put Jedi Master Luke on defense. And that way, if he puts Sith Eternal on defense, I'm not going to clear his two bottom zones, but he's also not going to be able to clear my bottom two zones. Now, if he does keep Sith Eternal, yeah, he'll be able to beat my JML, but I'm hoping that I set a tough enough defense that one of my other squads will stop him. So let's take a closer look. In the bottom zone, I've got Gas with Arc and Echo. With my JML, I set Shaak Ti and Ahsoka Snips. This allows me to save Jedi Knight Luke and Hermit Yoda for offense. So not the greatest JML squad, but it should stop anybody other than Sith Eternal and my Grievous squad. Now, if they do get to the back zone, they're going to find a not too difficult setup here. I've got Night Sister Cheese. I've got this Dengar squad with Barriss. This is an experimental squad based on the fact that Dengar reduces crit damage, while Barriss gives healing anytime a character is crit. And so between the two of them, they should make this squad very, very survivable. But my last opponent didn't get to the back zone, so I don't know if what I'm thinking in theory actually plays out in practice. So I'm going to set this for a few more rounds and we'll see how it does. I've got the two Leias with Captain Han. I've got Fin Poe. This is always a tough squad, although I'm a bit under-geared. And same thing with the Hux squad. A little bit under-geared here, but they're not pushovers. In the top zone, I've got my Beskar Mando, Poggle with Separatist droids, Newt Gunray, and my Padme squad. And it's just generic Padme with Anakin and GK. That let me put Snips with JML, and it let me keep Commander Ahsoka for offense. So like I said, I am expecting Voices to keep Sith Eternal for offense, but just in case, I think this defense should slow them down, if not stop them, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the defense that they set for me, because according to GAC history, they're setting a pretty darn good defense. So we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll see what they've set. In the top zone, we have Bosk, Greef, and Mando. We have a really unusual Newt squad here with Wat Tambor and Grandmaster Yoda. So I'm not sure what GMY is doing there. It's a little odd. We've got a standard Kylo Ren Unmasked squad and a Talzin Night Sister squad. In the bottom zone, I freaked out the first time I looked at that, thinking that was Sith Eternal. We have a Veers squad, Geonosians, and Palpatine, Vader, and Piet. This is a really good squad here, But when you look at the squad here with Veers, Thrawn, and Gideon, Thrawn is not a trooper. And Veers' leadership is really targeted for troopers. There's a little bit that's just for Empire allies. But the good part of his leadership is all about troopers. So if he switched Thrawn and Piet, he would have a trooper squad here that would be really good. And the EP squad would still be really good. Even switching Piet and Thrawn, you're not losing much here. And you're gaining the fracture, in fact. So in some cases, Thrawn is better than Piet. But I do understand there's a lot of synergy between Piet and Vader. And so I get wanting those two together. I just think that you've weakened this other squad a bit by doing that. So I'm going to switch over to my phone to make my attacks. Now, unfortunately, it's the end of the quarter at the high school where I teach, and I have been super busy grading, so I haven't really had much time to plan my attacks, so this may end up being a very haphazard GAC. Alright, so we'll be starting in the bottom zone as usual in order to open up the back. We'll start off with EP Vader against these Geonosians. Force Crush, and then Merciless. I only got 2 debuffs on the Spy. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to throw anyhow. It probably won't kill the Spy. Oh, it did. Awesome. It's not a relic Spy. The only one relic is the Alpha. Let's go ahead and Fracture. See if we can stun. Excellent. We'll put a shock on the Brute so it can't taunt. Oh, we didn't get the shock. That's okay. We'll flip this to Vader to heal the protection. And 54. So I'm going to go against this Veers squad. With one of these Han and Chewie squads. Now I have another plan for Lando lead. Leia's on defense. I could go either Greedo lead or Kira lead. Why not Wedge lead? Because I plan on using Wedge with Mothma. So I think I'm going to go with Kira lead here. And my Kira is only gear 10, so this could be a little bit dicey. I may be taking unnecessary risks, but I'm experimenting. Let's go ahead and go after Thrawn first. We'll try and stun Gideon. Nope. Now we'll stun Veers. Goodbye, Thrawn. Let's kick this guy in the face. $54 banners there. Alright, so against this Palpatine Vader squad, I'm going to do something foolish. I'm going to take my bounty hunters. I've been trying to push the limits of my bounty hunters, see exactly how much they can do. And in this case, his squad is really slow. So I'm hoping to get the contract very quickly and then be able to disintegrate Vader before he can do any damage. Alright, so we're going to go after Piet. Roar. Call the assists. Call more assists. And call more assists. And this should get the contract. Oh, no. Darn it. Oh, boy. Well, that did not work. I don't know why I didn't get the contract there when I should have. I must have missed one of the earlier... When I called the mass assist, I must have missed one of those attacks. Oh. Alright. So that's the limit of my bounty hunters. So we'll do this. We'll take damage at the beginning of each turn because of Palpatine. But hopefully I'll be able to recover those banners by calling assists. Mark Vader. Spread Foresight. All the assist. There we go. Call another assist. Spread Foresight. And mark. 32. I should have just done that in the first place. I was being silly with the bounty hunters. In the back zone, we have a Qui-Gon Jinn squad. Ewoks, a Jango Bounty Hunter squad. I haven't seen one of those in quite a while. Phoenix, and more Ewoks. Alright, we'll go against the Phoenix squad here with Wampa. Goodbye, Chop. Goodbye, Hera. Goodbye, Ezra. 56. Against the Chirpa Ewok squad, we'll go with a Nest solo. Target the Elder, and put it on auto. $55 banners there. I'm going to go back up to the front zone, and we'll take care of these squads up here, and then I'll go back to the back. Against the Night Sisters, I'm going to go with Crew, Fox, and Watt. Put the tanking tech on Kylo. Put the weapons tech on Fox. Get rid of the taunt. Go after Talzin. Alright, we got Plague on Watt, and he's stunned. Get rid of that taunt. And back after Talzin. Put a stun here on Talzin. Keep healing yourself, Watts. Get rid of the taunt. And after Talzin again. Let's stun her. And goodbye, Talzin. Okay, everybody's all healed up. I'm going to save this stun to use on Daka. Protection up. Daka just tried to revive Talzin there. We'll stun her. Oh, she died from damage over time. I mean, she could still come back if the zombie had gotten an attack. 54. Against their Kylo Ren unmasked, I'm going to take my Jedi Training Ray. We'll wave. Go for the stun. And go after Executioner. Go for another stun. There we go. Goodbye, Executioner. Another wiggle. Another wave. Another missed stun. There we go, finally. Get rid of that Retribution. So I think I've lost too much protection on R2 to recover. There's the Illuminated Destiny. Yeah, that didn't get even close. We've got 3 minutes. We could draw this out. $54 banners. Against Bosk. We'll do this. We'll stun them. We'll wave them. You know, the funny thing is that I think that my Jedi Master, or Jedi Knight Luke, rather, may be faster than their characters. And so it doesn't even really do any good to, like, his leadership is not slowing them down. That's what I'm trying to say. Put the Master's training on old Ben. Stun Grief. Goodbye, Combat Carl. Okay, against Newt, I've got so much left. Probably just two-man this. Save Malik for a solo in the back. I know, it's GL Newt, right? Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do this. Zap them all. He had Death Mark on him, so he doesn't get to come back. 55. We've got a Tarkin squad with droid ships, and the home one without the Millennium Falcon in the starting lineup. Against the Django squad, I have so many squads I want to try out. I could just do Luke, 3PO, and Chupio here, but I'm going to actually go with Lando, Cat, and Chupio. We'll see how this does here. Put this on Lando. We'll blind them. Okay. AoE. I think that maybe having Chupio and Cat on the same squad is a little bit of a waste. Lando's leadership gives bonus crit damage, and that's why he works so well with Chupio. So maybe I'll do Lando, 3PO, and Chupio, and I'll do CLS with Cat in the future. So against these Ewoks, we'll go with a Malik solo. Let's shock Tebow. No, let's shock Wicket. That prevented Wicket from going into stealth. I'm just going to put this on auto. And against this final squad, we're going to do CLS with Sabine and Zeb. We'll roll this out. Two of them have foresight, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and hit this stagger. See if we can stun her. No. Armor shred over here. Goodbye, Qui-Gon. There's the stun. Okay, 53. That's a squad I've had in my head for months, and I've wanted to try it out. My Zeb and Sabine are undergeared, but I thought it could be a fun combination. So maybe someday if I ever relic Zeb and Sabine. Against the home one, we'll take the Negotiator. Go after the Y-Wing first. Goodbye, Y-Wing. Foresight. I think this hits through Foresight. Yeah, it does. So does that. Give turn meter. Banner Stealer. Banner Recoverer. We'll do this. I don't think that the basic will take out Hera. I bet the basic plus Plo Koon's attack would have, though, so I could have ended that. That's okay. Bombing run should do it. 68. And Malevolence here. Put the Buzzies on their Hyena Bomber. Goodbye, Hyena. And this, 65. All right, 28-28 is my final. I could have had an even higher score if I had not done the foolish thing with my bounty hunters, but I'm really trying to find their limits, see what they can do and what they can't do. We've got an hour and 40 minutes left in the attack phase. We'll come back in a little bit and see if Voices in Walls is able to do anything against my defense. All right, there is the win against Voices in Walls. It turns out they never attacked. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I didn't get to see how my defense did, but I'm always happy to get the win. I would like to thank Voices in Walls for at least setting a defense. That's the courteous thing to do. It shows respect for your opponent. So thank you, Voices, for not auto-deploying. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. I will see you next round.